Hello, I'm Hal Lublin.
And I'm Mark Gagliardi.
Since the dawn of humanity, one issue has gone unsettled. With the fate of the world in the balance, we're here to settle, once and for all.
Clean Slate.
That's right. Don't worry, everyone. We got this.
Podcasts should have a theme song. Podcasts should not have a theme song. Yes, they should. No, they shouldn't. They sound good. Yeah, but people are just going to skip past it. You know what? You're right. We got this.
Thanks for kicking it off with us, Janet.
Yeah.
Anytime.
Woohoo!
Clean Slate.
Oh, that's so great. That's great. It's really fun. Please.
Go ahead, Janet. Do it. Do the thing.
Oh, I just do that thing?
Yeah,
You just do it and then we'll start.
And then you can leave.
Yeah,
I just say clean slate.
Yeah.
Clean. I guess I forgot that. I thought I was supposed to. Okay, anyway. Clean Slate.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, that's so
Sounds
much
really
better
cool.
than
It's so much
me
better
doing
than
it.
you, Hal.
Hal,
Hal, you've been fired.
Thank you. You
Yeah.
can't fire me. I quit.
Wait, what? Listen, if you don't answer within 48 hours, then you're quitting. Janet's going to do all of these now, right?
I quit. Number 1. I fired myself. Number 2. I took time for my family. Number 3. Number 4 and 5. I went back and did the first 3 things again.
Ooh. Do you have one of those phone booths that lets you go back and do things?
No, I have a phantom toll booth though.
Lame. Janet Varney's here.
Hi, guys. I don't think I can't take the job of someone I was impersonating. That just seems so bad. It would be one thing if I came in with my own spin, but it can't just be like, I'm trying to sound as much like that doesn't.
That's showbiz.
Yeah.
That's showbiz.
We put out a breakdown for this episode that said Hal Lublin type. And Janet just showed up and really nailed the Hal Lublin type.
I'm so glad.
Did you ever get any auditions that said,
yeah,
it did happen to you?
100% one time. And I was like, I've made it. I've made it. This rejection has proved that I've made it.
You got rejected for a Janet Varney type?
So my friend reached out and said, I'm directing an anime that I would love for you to dub because they said they're looking for a Janet Varney Korra type. And would you be interested? And I said, of course, I'd love to work with you. And then he went and checked and he came back and he was like, they don't want you. They want someone who reminds people of you.
Oh, sure.
Because they don't want you. They were afraid that it would. They would go like, "Oh, that's Janet Varney." People
I guess
would know. Too famous.
That's or just not diverse enough in terms of what my abilities are. Yeah,
it's like it was your ex show. It's like I want a Janet Varney type. I don't want Janet Varney. She knows what she did.
Yeah,
I just want a Janet Varney type
so I can yell at her.
Yeah, I tried so hard to be flattered, but no. I felt terrible.
No, yeah, that's of course you would. Of course.
Yeah.
Who wouldn't feel terrible? That feels like the job. Yeah.
But you know what's not going to make me feel terrible?
What? Doing this?
If that person's
because if you want to come somewhere for flattery, we'll do it right here. Janet, you're the greatest.
Yeah.
You guys are.
Come on.
Do it all. You've been on the show a billion times. I think you have maybe been on the show more than anybody. I think you're getting there.
Don't tempt me with that possibility because I will be so smug and I really will become unlivable.
We'll get the jackets.
Our original Steve, you're like the Steve Martin of the show. It was originally Hodgman. Hodgman was on 5 times. You've left him
Lick
in the
my
dust.
Hodgman.
Yeah. Your E Pluribus Motto co-host is licking dust now.
As that saying goes, lick your dust.
That's a big deal. I'm excited. I really can't. You know what? I promise you that John Hodgman being as good a mascot for Max Fun as any of us could be. And I say that because I do feel like if I told him that, he would absolutely reach out to you right away and be like, hey guys, I'd love to come on again.
This has to be
I don't care. I got some information I don't care for.
Yeah.
And I love it. Oh, Ken just got a text from John.
No. Oh dear.
He's listening.
Yeah, he can tell. He's bugged everything.
Yeah. Yep.
He really is like a mascot for Max Fun, and that's why that's a good segue. It's always a real natural segue when I talk about what I'm doing. It's all MaxFunDrive. If you listen to this when it releases, which is the 11th of March Pacific time, 12th of March Eastern time. We are a mere 5 to 6 days away from the start of MaxFunDrive. Starts on Monday, the 17th of March. It goes through the 28th. Lots of fun stuff happening. And like we usually do our crossover during, but we wanted to get people excited for it because this is the kind of stuff that happens during MaxFunDrive. These crossovers that you could never imagine. Janet Varney and Al Loveland and Mark Gagliardi together on a podcast. What's unheard of?
Yeah. Did you know that there was a Max Funiverse, that all of the podcasts exist in the same universe and will eventually be brought together by John Hodgman wearing a gauntlet with a gemstone for each
McElroy.
McElroy.
What is the ultimate outcome
Travis is
of
purple,
that?
obviously.
Yeah,
Travis is obviously purple. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
What happens? Is it good? Is it bad? Do you snap and
Oh, it's great. Yeah.
Okay.
You get all of the knowledge instantly.
Ooh.
Yeah. All of the knowledge. So
there's no reason to
fun.
listen to the podcast after that.
You know what? They didn't think that through.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a bad idea.
That's the rule of unforeseen consequences of what feels like a good deed. We have to stop this thing from happening, guys, right now.
Oh no.
Well, the only way we could do it is by cleaning the slate of a bunch of small topics that people gave us, probably by Discord.
That's really good news because that's what we're going to do.
All right. Let's do that. That's better than my idea, which was get that phone booth.
Can I do a quick check with you, Mark?
Yeah.
Since we're recording this in the last week of February. Have you joined Discord yet?
No, I have not. Okay. I think I may have joined Discord.
Did you?
But I did. I think I did at some point in my life.
Okay.
You know how I'll know? I'll know if when I open up a web browser, go to whatever Discord is and click on the little field that you can type in and see if something autofills. That's how I find out now if I have a 20-year-old. Like,
Same.
I had a National Beef Council membership that I didn't know because I was like, let me see some steak rules about searing and temperatures. And it was like, would you like to sign in with your used password? It's like, when did I join the Beef Council?
The last time you needed searing information?
Yeah.
Do you always
the only
go
place
like,
you can get it.
Yeah, you're like, oh, I want to make hot dogs. I'm not sure how I want to cook them. Let me go to the Hot Dog Council of America to see what they say.
How I went to the Hot Dog Council of America for our first episode of this show.
I know you did. That's true.
Yeah.
I picked a bad example. You did that in a professional context.
I will go to a council. I am nothing if not a council file.
Sure.
I appreciate it because, as we know, the internet tends to iterate outwards and outwards and outwards where misinformation just kind of keeps carrying. So you're going to the source material.
Yeah, exactly. See, Janet gets it. How?
Yeah. When you want to know about hot dogs,
this is why I put that breakdown out.
When Mark wants to know about hot dogs, he goes straight to the pig's butthole's mouth to find out for himself.
Gross. Let's start.
Spoken like a true wiener lover.
You wiener lover.
We do have sausages and never mind. They'll go bad if I don't make them soon. What's the first time?
No, they won't.
Mark?
They never go bad.
They do.
All right.
Some people think they never go good.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go.
Great.
Carla Toel, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Hello, Carla, asks, slicing tomato or cherry tomato? Now, here's a question. The syntax I'm not sure about. Is a slicing tomato a type of tomato in the way that a cherry tomato is a tomato? Or is this saying use cherry tomatoes or use slices of tomatoes for whatever you're having?
What do you think?
I heard them both as verbs, like slicing tomato, which I just did yesterday.
You going to cherry that or do you need me to?
Yeah. Would you cherry this tomato? I believe she's asking whether you should use cherry tomatoes or grape tomatoes, the smaller tomatoes, or a larger, like a beefsteak aroma tomatoes on the vine, something that you slice up and say, would you rather have it sliced or a small bite-sized tomato?
What do you think, Janet?
Well, this is going to be very controversial, as the show often is. I still slice a cherry tomato just in half. But that's a slice.
I mean, I do too.
I have had way too many experiences where I pop a full cherry tomato in my mouth and somehow it explodes out onto someone else. Yeah. I still have to slice it. But that being said,
gushers.
They're nature's gushers.
Yeah.
They're nature's gushers. But I think I have more faith in the consistency of like the sweet taste and like the taste, just the amount of flavor I feel like I've had more luck with a smaller tomato than with a sliced tomato. I feel like there's great flavors you can get from larger tomatoes, but I feel like it's more of a crapshoot. Like I feel like I've been disappointed by mealy, tasteless tomatoes that are large more often than I've been disappointed by cherry tomatoes.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think also, aside from just in the moment, what your meal that you're eating or preparing is, storage-wise, cherry tomatoes are a lot easier. Because
that being said, if you're making a burger or something like a sandwich, that's hard. That becomes hard to do that.
Yeah, they're not as good for sandwiches. But you can mash a few up and make a spread out of them. Roast them for a couple minutes, mash them up, make a little spread. That gets your tomatoiness.
Yeah.
That you can get a cherry tomato onto a bun.
Yeah,
you really need to.
Or you could just burrow it down into the bun, just almost like a screw if you just screw it in.
Righty tighty.
Yeah. Make it collapse upon itself.
Yeah.
Oh man, I stripped the tomato.
Yeah. That's what cherrying is. That's how you cherry a tomato.
Hey, that's how you cherry a tomato.
Well played, sir.
Thank you. I was going to say a sliced tomato because I like for a salad so we did like taco night last night. So I got larger tomatoes, sliced them and then diced them so you had smaller bits to put on things. I like that for a salad. I like wedges, quarters for a salad, but also generally, they're not as good. They're almost always not entirely ripened the closer you get to the center. And the cherry tomatoes, I think if you just once in half. Also, for
it's all you need.
I don't want to have to balance it on. What happens to me is it will fall off of the fork and become that meatball from the childhood song and roll off into wherever those things go. A quarter of the carpet that I probably could have found it if I had looked hard enough, which means more than 5 seconds.
Somewhere in your home is like one loose sock full of tomatoes.
Welcome. We've been waiting for you. Welcome to your new home.
Yeah.
You're safe here. Behind the dryer. I don't know how any of us got here. I think cherry tomato. I think it's cherry tomato.
I think it's
that small cherry tomatoes. They're consistently really good. Better
but
than
do
grape.
cut them in half.
Tomatoes kind of suck.
I like grape tomatoes.
I feel like I've had good grape tomatoes.
How dare you?
You're a real grape.
Yeah, I do feel like you have to cut them in half because a whole cherry or grape tomato, like if you get it on a salad, whatever bite has that in it, like that's all I'm gonna taste for this bite. Yeah. Like nothing else matters on this fork than this tomato because it's going to be the gusher and it's going to give me a big old tart blast.
Or you're going to spear it with your fork thinking, haha, nothing's going to roll away from me. And then that's when you get it on someone else.
Sure.
Yes. Yeah.
But you know what? You can't, hijinks, hijinks are a plus, not a minus.
There you go.
Well, here's the
cherry tomato based hijinks are a feature, not a bug.
Yeah, it's definitely cherry tomato asked and answered, but also the joy when you do slice a cherry tomato, you feel like Goofy cutting the one bean into thin slices for Mickey and Donald.
I'll never be sad if you talk about that thin tissue papery bean.
Oh,
you could do that
bean.
with the cherry tomato.
That's
and then
almost
you feel
like
a cartoon.
Yeah, I feel like I just am realizing right now, because you brought that up, that I almost feel like that is visual ASMR. I don't have ASMR responses, but when I think about the Tish, just how thin he got that bean, it almost creates like a little itch and scratches the itch at the same time.
Yeah, it is perfect.
Was that the Haunted House? Which short was that?
Mickey and the Beanstalk.
Was that Mickey and the Beanstalk?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, so good.
They never had money though.
Yeah, they always they were like the Three Stooges. There was always a scheme that Donald, Goofy, and Mickey were figuring out. But the Three Stooges, they didn't slice a bean into paper thin. They used a saw to boing a bean. All right, Hal, what do you have for us?
It's coming in right now. Avery W. Krause asks, Nashville, Memphis, or Chattanooga? Mark, you can't pick Knoxville. 3.
Wow.
3. I would say the first, second, and fourth.
Did it say, Mark, you can't pick Knoxville on the question?
Yes. Oh, it literally.
Wow, Avery W. Krause. This feels like shade.
Knoxville.
No.
It's really between Memphis and Nashville, right?
Nashville.
It's not Chattanooga.
I gotta say, have you guys been to Chattanooga?
No, I've heard good. I just was talking to someone from Chattanooga, and it sounds pretty charming.
It is quite charming. It is a lot of fun. They've taken the area where the train station was, and that is all now strings of Edison bulbs and micro brews. And at least for years, and I don't know if it still is the case, the Chattanooga Choo Choo itself, the train cars had become a series of hotel rooms. So that was one long hotel for a while.
That's really cute.
Right. And it's a great, like, old vintage looking depot, and it's been really done up well. Outside of that, I don't know a ton of stuff to do in Chattanooga.
University of Tennessee has a satellite campus there.
They do have a satellite campus there. Yeah, main campus is, and apparently the town that shall not be named, the town that was the host of the World's Fair in 1982, the town that you fly into if you're going to go visit Dollywood. But no, we can't talk about Knoxville, I guess.
Yeah, it's right out.
Thank goodness you were able to talk about it on E Pluribus Motto.
That's true. Yeah, that was so much fun talking about Tennessee with you. What do you think, Janet?
Well, I can't say because I've never been to Chattanooga and I've never been to Memphis. I've only been to Nashville. Of those three cities, I've only been to Nashville.
Yeah.
But I liked it very much. There were things about it that I really, really enjoyed. And I was there in the heat of summer, just very, very hot. And I still had a great time. So for me, that's a huge plus. I mean, like I'm very, very cranky when it's hot and humid. And I still just like gamely just went out and walked all over and walked on campus. And I think this is so stupid. I don't know why I'm telling you this. For some reason, I feel like I was on a walk, a very, very long, like day-long, hot, sweaty walk when I was there for a podcast conference, like a pre-pandemic. That some of my favorite like inside jokes with Brandon were born. So I have a very weird affection for like walking in Nashville in the heat and like. Have all these things were born out of it. It was right around when animojis came out.
Sure.
There was a lot of like walking and like making animojis and
a talking tiger.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
Look, talking tigers at the Country Music Museum and Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Go there and play around. For them to have come out with animojis at around the same time that you had just a fever dream of a walk, sweltering brain, losing blood and oxygen. It was the timing all worked out perfectly for that.
It did. And credit to the city and the town. Like I can't say that it was all just the inside jokes. I mean, I really liked the history. I remember that there were neighborhoods being gentrified that felt like, come on, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Like that felt like it was very in the middle of that happening. That
would have been at that time.
A tough one. Yeah.
Well, it was like, I still think it was, we talked about it, I think on the States podcast, that it was Jack White moving there that sort of, that kind of made Tennessee the really, really cool spot to live. It was the next, it was Portland and Austin and Nashville. And Nashville blew up and it is great. And there's lots of amazing stuff from Nashville. Nashville hot chicken was not a thing that made it as far as Knoxville in the entire time I lived there. And yet now we have Nashville hot chicken all over Los Angeles. If we want to look at this the way that we have in the past with weighing pros and cons or building up reasons to pick each one, I think Nashville has a lot of them. I think Nashville's got, it's as you mentioned, Hal, it's got the Country Music Hall of Fame. It's got
all
Music Row.
Like there are tons of honky tonks. That was where Ernest Tubbs Records was.
Yeah, unfortunately, a lot of those have disappeared in favor of giant 3-story, Trace Adkins has a driving range or whatever it is now. Like
that is true.
There's a lot of very new, it's very like Vegas-y now in a lot of ways. Memphis has the civil rights movement, many major events from that. It's got the home of Elvis. I mean, Memphis gave us Elvis Presley, Sun Records, the birth of rock and roll.
Barbecue. It's
Memphis barbecue. Nashville is not known for barbecue.
Style. Right.
Memphis,
they have
Memphis has better.
They have like, here's our version of Memphis style barbecue. We're also here. Just a few hours away.
Nashville style, Memphis style barbecue.
Yeah.
I feel like I know Memphis. I feel like Memphis barbecue is famous in its own right. Yeah. I definitely think so.
Yeah. It's got, that's the super smoky sweet. Gridley's and Corky's growing up. That's what we always ate.
Are those real places?
They are real places.
Sound like people like, hey, it's me, Corky. I brought you.
Yeah, we went over to old man Gridley's place.
Hi, man.
Oh, hey, Corky.
Talented Mr. Gridley.
Oh, man.
I actually killed the person who made this barbecue and took his place.
What can't Philip Seymour Hoffman do?
I hit him with a rib bone on a boat. And over he went into the
I'm so sorry. I have to say this because I don't want your listeners to have that thing where they start to kind of just have like a nervous breakdown, because it is Matt Damon who is Mr. Ripley, and Philip Seymour Hoffman is unfortunately the victim of, right?
Yes.
I just wanted to make sure.
Yes, he is.
When you said, is there anything he can do?
That was my bad.
I agree, but I just didn't want anyone to think that meant you thought he was Mr. Ripley. We want the listenership to go up during Max Fun.
Oh, yeah. No, what we want is for me to get something wrong and then people to scream out loud into their AirPods at Trader Joe's.
But you could have still
Matt
just been
Damon.
talking. Yeah. No, but you could still have been saying, like, because Philip Seymour Hoffman was fantastic in that and was so just unlikable in such a specific way that is like kind of fantastic.
Who's doing the Philip Seymour Hoffman thing right now? Is it, I don't know if it was Cinespia or some LA cinema thing is doing a Philip Seymour Hoffman retrospective. Maybe the Academy Museum?
Or like Vidiots or something. Or
somebody's doing one right now.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what it was. He was just in my brain and I heard a thing he was in.
There you go.
I was like, oh, I like him.
Yeah.
And look at this gift you gave us. So wait, would you pick, like, I've only been to Nashville. I've been there a couple times. I think maybe, Janet, did we go to the same, were we both at PodFest?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. We were there at the same time.
Pod X. Yeah, because Night Vale and yeah.
Yes, it was great. I got one of my favorite, we had made plans to get hot chicken. A bunch of us decided to go to, I think, Hattie B's, like the original Hattie.
Oh, sure, yeah.
One of whom was Dan Sinker. The great Dan Sinker has been a guest of the show, is a really great guy. It was the first time I think we had exchanged information. And he just sent me a text towards the end of the day that said, hot chicken. Like, it was time, not in a demanding way, just like somebody just going, hot chicken. Like, he wanted hot chicken. It was time. That was the bat signal. And it was really, really good. But I also took Jennifer there for her birthday one year. And we went to a taping at the Opry. We did the VIP tour. We did a tour of the Ryman. We went back in 2019 and did the Hall of Fame, the Country Music Hall of Fame. Like, it really is an incredible city. Then there's the area, I want to say it's called 12 South. I'm sure I have the number wrong. That is where Reese Witherspoon's store is. Like, there are a lot of cool, like, funky, there are heavily gentrified neighborhoods and lots of cool, funky neighborhoods.
Yeah.
The first time we went, this is the best. I got restaurant tips sent to me from Janice Ian. Somebody, like, my friend Janice is from Nashville. I'll have her give you recommendations.
Cool.
So we went to places that she recommended that were all fantastic. So I know it is a great city. I would love, like, that's, whenever Jennifer and I talk about, like, having, like, if we could have a second place, that's where it would be. But I would love to go to Memphis. I really want to go there for the barbecue and Sun Records and visit Graceland. I just don't know. You're the Tennessean here, so I feel
you are, sir.
Two of them.
Well, I would say for me, when I was growing up, Memphis was the greatest city in Tennessee because Memphis is where Elvis was from. It's where Sun Records was. It was where the civil rights movement was centered. It was the home of barbecue. But in 2025, I think Nashville is the superior city.
Oh,
with respect to Chattanooga. And come on, man, we all know what the real best city is, but it wasn't on the list.
Couldn't be.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Because Philip Seymour Hoffman took it off the list.
That's right.
What won't he do?
Well, I don't think there are enough bachelorette parties happening in Knoxville. They're not happening every 10 minutes. And
they are happening in Nashville.
So many pink cowboy hats. So many pink cowboy hats in Nashville.
Yeah.
And if you go to Nashville, go to White Limousine on the rooftop, Dolly's bar. There's a giant pink bust of Dolly. There's a hot tub in the middle of it. There are pink sparkly Jello shots. It is delightful.
That's fun.
Amazing.
Yeah. Loved it. All right. Hey, Ken, what do we have next?
Maybe I can help because Amanda Jenkins asks.
Ooh.
What is the best pocket in a 5-pocket pair of jeans?
Oh, wow.
So it's two each. You have right butt, left butt, right hip, left hip, and then
right front. No, they're not really hip. They're
pocket,
front.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right front, left front, coin.
Right front, left right. Okay. It's not coin, is it? That's where stuff gets lost.
You know why that pocket sucks? I'll tell you exactly why that pocket sucks. Because here's what I think every time is I go, you know what I should do is I shouldn't take the whole thing of gum. I should just stick like one or two in the little coin pocket, and then I forget they're there.
Oh no!
And then I wash those pants, and then permanently
have done, sir. Have done.
You get it?
Yeah.
That coin, it's nothing but trouble.
No, yeah,
Because
exactly.
it creates a hubris in us that. Because I will say the same about like medication. Seriously, I should put my allergy medication in here, and then I'll just have it. And no. It's like then you sweat and it like disintegrates in there, and then there's a powder like. So that's
and then you get pulled over. And they're like, "Ma'am, what is this loose powder in your pocket?"
And you're like, "Hold on, let me just get rid of it real quick." And then you snort it. For some reason, you think that's the easiest way to get rid of it.
Sure,
right.
In front of the officer.
Yeah, officer, I swear it's Claritin.
Yeah, I don't have anything. I don't know what you're talking about, officer.
Yeah,
move along.
So it's not that teeny tiny pocket.
No, that pocket.
No, it is. It's neat. It's unique. It gets points for uniqueness, but.
Or I think I've also put a key.
Pocket.
I put a key in there while I was standing up, and then I sat down, and then the key was like poke.
Yeah. Too short for a key.
Too short for a key.
Too short for a key.
Was that made for coins initially at a time when
you needed
25 cents bought you a car?
Yeah.
Like
I thought it was a pocket watch.
You may think that certain time periods overlap that don't.
Yeah. I think your pocket watch went.
I think it's for a monocle.
It is for a monocle.
I think it's. Is it for your night seal?
I believe so.
Fix onto wax when you're sending a carrier pigeon message to your lead.
Yeah. Okay. It's where you put your tool. It's tool. It's the only one we have. Come on.
It's where the dinosaurs kept their feathers.
All right. Does it depend on whether you're right-handed or left-handed?
It might.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking about it, and I'm just like, I'm probably gonna say right butt pocket.
So, well, let's say
that's where I would slide my phone in if I was like walking around the house and had my phone on me. And I mean, I don't need to be.
Are you right-handed or left-handed?
I'm right-handed.
Yeah. What if you sit down though?
What if I was like, I'm right-handed, but I like to do a cross body. I have to reach around my body to slide it from the front into my left butt pocket.
My shoulder and back muscles are shredded and
really
not in
shredded.
A good way.
Exactly.
They have been destroyed.
They are in trouble.
My insistence of being different.
Yeah.
I was trying to.
My right shoulder is about 6 inches in front of my left shoulder when I'm just walking and living life.
It looks like you're always doing a Bob Fosse number.
Yeah.
Which, that's appealing, actually. What do you guys think?
And if you're reaching for your wallet back there, you could be a big spender.
Spend a little time with me.
I like the idea of rear pockets for things. Mm-hmm. But then I think I have to sit down and then I'm going to be uncomfortable. If I need something, like say you keep your wallet there, I feel like that's a popular thing for people to store in a butt pocket. Mm-hmm. Then when it's time to pay and you're sitting down, you have to do you have to get up more. I guess I guess the question is, do you want to lean forward to get it, or do you want to lean backwards like you're laying back in a dentist chair?
Yeah, I don't want to do I don't like this thing where you're like hands behind you, pelvis up, presenting your crotch so that you can get your wallet out of the front pocket. I like to lean to the side, grab your wallet, and I like. I mean,
I don't think there's. I mean, in my world, I'm probably. I mean, this is the real story, Amanda. If you want to know the truth, if you want to break this, that's why I love fanny packs.
Yeah. Fanny packs.
Oh, yeah.
Are you a fanny, wear it like a fanny pack or like wear it
100%.
over the shoulder?
Famously.
No. Fanny. Famously fanny.
Famously fanny pack wearer.
Yeah. Because my, not because of my signature move, but my neck and shoulders are so messed up that like I love not having to carry any weight on that at all. I love putting on a fanny pack. Love it. It has been a real savior for me. And so, I would say that it's, it's the sixth pocket.
But come on, we got it. That's not
around to
list.
the front. I know.
But no, don't you just swish it around to your left backside so you can do your move?
Yeah. Oh, that's true. That's true. I still got to be able to do my move. But anyway, so I guess my point is like, I'm not really using it as like a permanent fixture, but if I'm using a pocket on my jeans, it's going to be that rear right butt.
Right. Which, or could we say, rear dominant?
Rear
hand.
dominant
So like,
pocket.
You're right. Like a lefty would be the left, right would be the right. Yeah, for me, I use that pocket a lot. Hal, I understand what you're saying because I also had thought to myself, if I put my phone back here, when I sit down, I'm going to break my phone. But I was underestimating, I guess, the size that I have put onto my butt over the years. Because I think to myself, well, surely if I sit down, it's going to break my phone. I'm like, no, you've got a good several inches of padding that from the time you sit down just kind of gently hugs and envelops your phone like a big abominable snowman hugging a tiny elf dentist. It's just like, I've got you.
But sometimes it can make your wallet shoot out of your pocket when you sit down.
Like
and
a cherry
then
tomato.
like
Like
Brandon
a
has
tomato.
left his wallet places because he was sitting down and it did just kind of like slither out while he was animated or something.
Now, that's a good point, though. This is jeans we're talking about. So I would say that any loose pocket on the back is trouble because you sit down, anything can fall out of that. But jeans, it's usually flat, compressed to it, frequently featuring, I don't know, gold embroidery and bedazzled designs. Those are the only two pockets that really get 2001 with bedazzling. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's a decorative pocket.
Yeah, you're not going to put a bunch of bedazzle in the front pockets. No way.
No, you're not going to put like an iron cross with little skulls embroidered. Yeah.
The back, it's expected. That's advertising space.
That's right.
Yeah.
Everybody knows. Yeah, I think part of it for me is from being like just years of being heavy. It's the pants were always the wrong size.
Mm-hmm.
And so if I put something in the back, they were always like sagging down. I'm trying to hold them up. There was like a weird space pocket underneath my butt in the back. I'm not quite sure that it like just wasn't buying the right size jeans.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm used to like anything back there is just going to be harder to reach.
Yeah.
I don't have to do limbo for it.
I hear that.
But I also have like my wallet is always bulky.
Costanza.
I have a Costanza wallet and I'm scared that if a pickpocket, like that's just a prime target. They could just, thing I see is always like the hand, the Grinch's hands like going towards someone's rear pocket.
I am not responding as if any of these pockets are a long-term solution. It's like I slip the phone in my pocket because I'm blah, 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 but then it's going to come back out again. I'm not like walking through life with a wallet in my back pocket.
So everything goes in the fanny pack?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Makes sense.
Some of my fanny packs are absurdly large.
Yeah, this is tough, but you have to pick a pocket, dominant hand back. For me, that's where the wallet goes. That's frequently where the phone goes. I wear jeans all the time, and I have
jeans front pocket. It just wouldn't fit. My phone wouldn't fit there.
I go tiny slim wallet. That's mine.
Smart.
So I can. Yeah.
I had like a small wallet for a while, and then I loaded it up so much that it was like stop. So I got a regular wallet. And I still
phone is my wallet.
Oh, I like those. Yeah.
It's good and it's bad because it's really great because I drop my phone a lot and and this is padding. It's built-in padding.
Yeah.
And it's also fun when it's like, oh no, I didn't bring my but you're like, oh, but I always have my phone with me, or vice versa. You kind of don't forget. But then it's like, if you lose just this one item, forget it.
That's everything.
Whole life is.
But that one's tracked way more than a wallet is. If the phone is attached to it, it's got a built-in tracking device.
That's true.
We're not going to need wallets for much longer, I don't think. Like in a year, California's coming out with, or even now you can get the, just add it to your Apple Wallet if you have an iPhone or whatever the Android version is of your driver's license, and you can tap to buy. We're not going to need them for very much longer, I don't think.
I'll still have a physical copy of that. Thank you very much.
When
the EMP drops, you'll be glad.
I'm guessing that big, thick wallet you have is mostly 8.5 by 11 paper folded up MapQuest directions. Is that what's in there?
Well, I have to know how to get around, Mark, and the Thomas Guide is not up to date. LA reference, everybody. I'm fine with dominant hand back pocket. It does feel like the cool place. Like, let me grab whatever object I need from
It's where Springsteen puts stuff.
Oh, heck yeah.
It's where his handkerchief is. Well, there you go. You can't, no better endorsement than that. Ask and answer.
Never.
Yeah. Let's take a quick break. And when we come back, we'll clean a little bit more slate with our pal Janet Varney.
That sounds fantastic.
Hey, you. Yeah, you with the Gigapet.
Me?
Do you like supporting artist-owned podcasts?
Totally.
What about limited edition gifts, hours and hours of bonus content, and more?
Sounds sweet.
Then stay tuned for MaxFunDrive 2025. www.maximumfun.org on the World Wide Web next week.
Hi, I'm Alexis.
And I'm Ella.
And we're the hosts of Comfort Creatures.
We could spend the next 28 seconds telling you why you should listen, but instead, here's what our listeners have said about our show, because really, they do know best. The show is filled with stories and poems and science and friendship and laughter and tears sometimes, but tears that are from your heart being so filled up with love.
A cozy show about enthusiasm for animals of all kinds, real and unreal. If you greet the dog before the person walking them, or wander around the party looking for the host's cat, this podcast is for you.
So come for the comfort and stay for Alexis's wild story about waking up to her cat giving birth on top of her. So if that sounds like your cup of tea
or coffee, Ella, we're not all Brits,
then join us
every Thursday at MaximumFun.org.
Well, we're back, and there's
Let's
more
do this.
slate to clean. I think it's your turn, Mark, to
Oh, it is?
have a topic. Who knows? Who knows who? Now it's like, well, we don't know who Ken is
You don't know what's
messaging.
going to happen.
I've got it right now. I've got one from Ray Smotherman. Hello, Ray Smotherman. This is a funny one for me to get to read because I have a very long red dot on my phone, but I think this means physical. Ray Smotherman asks, should you check your mailbox every day?
Oh, physical mailbox.
Physical. Yeah, because at first I was like, oh, like your phone inbox or your email inbox? No. Probably, but no.
This explains a lot.
You know, we spent several years, decades, living in apartment complexes where you had to find your way to the community mailboxes and open them up. And now we have a home with a mailbox 8 paces from the front door. And on more than one occasion in the last 4 years have I gotten a note from the mail carrier saying, empty your mailbox. I can't stuff anything else in here. How many more? I have more Ralph's prescription coupons for you that I'm trying to stuff in here. Please, for the love of all that's holy.
You got to empty it.
Like, you should check it once a day. How often do you check your mail, Varney?
I do try to check it every day for a couple of reasons. Number one, I feel like somehow I think even though our sprinklers shouldn't do this, and I feel like we've tried really hard to prevent them from doing this, I think we've had some like sprinkler water hitting mail and mailbox. So that's conditioned me to be like, don't always check the mail, make sure nothing gets wet. It definitely is a replacement mailbox that we specifically got to prevent water from getting in when a lot of rain was happening. Yeah. It also is not rain. And we bought it because it was like, it's waterproof. It's perfect for no. And then finally there were reports of mail being stolen in my neighborhood. And so all that kind of conditioned me to check the mail regularly.
Yeah.
Does it pay off in any kind of real way? Most of the time? Not at all.
No.
Not at all.
There's so much of it. I mean, in the same way that a digital mailbox gets a lot of junk mail, my physical mailbox in LA gets so much junk mail to the point where most of the apartment complexes I've lived in have put either a empty box or a wastebasket directly underneath the mailbox. Like, you can just immediately throw this away.
I feel like I signed up for the like no junk mail thing too. Like for those of you who are listening to this going like, well, you can go on this show. I've done that. Like, I've put my information into the do not send me wasteful paper kind of stuff. And I don't think it did anything.
No, probably not.
Yeah.
There's always going to be a way around it. Like, the same telemarketers are calling you just from 10 different numbers now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That being said, I was going to very quickly circle back to the irony and the pain it must have caused your mail carrier to have to add to the mailbox with a note.
A note
saying there's too much paper in here. I can't tell you how much it hurts me to do this.
Yeah.
I'm making my own problem worse. Anyway, feels like very like, what am I saying? Faustian? No, that's not what I mean. But you know what I mean? Where it's like, you're caught in a loop.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Why do you hate me?
Yeah.
It's just a series of notes.
I'll give you an argument against going every day, though, because I years ago, I may have mentioned it on the show before. Years ago, when I first moved to Los Angeles, I got myself a mailbox, like at a mailbox place. It was back then it was mailboxes, etc. Now it's a different business, but that has been my mailing address in Los Angeles because I moved around so much. Early, it was because I was couch surfing and then I would move into a new apartment every year or two. Now I've been in the same place for a while, but I still have that for fear of someone someday that I knew 20 years ago mailing me a package and me not getting it. So I've kept this ridiculous thing for that long.
What if they're sending you ricin?
Rice and what? Beans?
Yeah. You hate that.
That's great. Yeah.
Oh, you
Because
like
you can't
that.
get that. You can't really get that in Nashville. It's not as good as Memphis is.
It goes bad if you don't check every day.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just a wet package.
Oh, no, it went to Janet's house.
Oh, no. Sorry, guys. Oh,
Oh, man.
the rice was dry, packed rice, and now it's puffy, fully cooked-ish seeming.
It's just swole
I'm
now.
absorbing. Exactly.
It's like
No,
the
look at that
popcorn
swole
from
rice.
Real Genius. It's just filled the whole store and is flooding out into the
That
streets.
was absolute magic to me.
Perfect.
As a
Mhm.
person.
Yeah.
I mean, weren't
What
you
do you-
like, how do we do this? How
Yes.
do we fill an entire house with
It was
popcorn?
a dream.
Yeah.
Like you could eat so much popcorn and then be fun. You could like surf it down the stairs.
Yeah.
Was it a laser? Is that what they had going
Yeah,
up
it was
through the
a
middle of
giant, yeah, it
The
was like a
laser.
giant ball of foil with, and then the laser pointed and cooked all the popcorn and it exploded out of the foil.
Yeah.
And was coming out of the windows.
That is if a 15-year-old tried to write a scientifically accurate movie.
I know. I miss the 80s for some
Oh,
things.
man.
really.
Yeah. That's pretty great. All right. What were we talking about? Now I'm thinking about
You should check
popcorn
your
shooting
mail.
out of
Mailbox.
the...
Check your mailbox.
Yeah.
That said,
Oh, that was my
do
argument
have it.
against
Yeah.
checking
Oh, yeah,
the
yeah,
mail
yeah,
every
yeah,
day
yeah.
because I have to drive to it. And there have been so many days when I've been waiting for something to arrive. I've driven down, gotten there, opened the mailbox, nothing in there. And I'm like, well, that was a whole drive down here to do that. So if you have off-site mail, I don't think you have to check it every day.
Boy, I agree.
So-
I also have one. I also have one that I
Yeah.
never. I only go when I get a note or get an email that's like, you have
Yeah.
to come get this stuff.
This is very
We have
cool.
one too.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
there are no notes in there. It's only my home mailbox.
Are you familiar with informed delivery?
Oh, where you find out that you've been informed that it's delivered?
No. Oh my gosh. You guys sign up for this. I love it. It's called Informed Delivery. You just sign up with the USPS and every morning before your mail carrier leaves the post office to deliver the mail, everything has been scanned. So Informed Delivery is I log in at like 9 a.m. or whatever, and it gives me all of the mail that's going to show up. It gives me a scanned like Xerox front image of every piece of mail that's going to show up in my mailbox. Yep. It's brand new.
Whoa.
They just started doing this like a month ago, to my knowledge.
Oh
So-
my goodness.
So every morning I type INF
say-
and it autofills Informed Delivery.
Wait,
I
what do
really
you do
rely on
every day, Mark?
autofill a lot. I rely on autofill a lot.
No, but what do you do on the USPS website every single day?
Type in Informed Delivery.
So that you can do what?
Check my mail.
Asked and answered.
Yeah.
Every day is the
Every day.
answer. If you don't drive and pick it up, that's one thing.
Oh yeah. No. I think every day is definitely. I'm just trying to provide a service here at this point.
Say,
I wrote it down.
Louis
in my wallet.
DeJoy is going to do nothing for the U.S. Postal
There you
Service,
go.
so I'm going to do something for it.
Thank you. I'm saluting you.
I got you.
I just love the argument. Like,
Saluting
say
you back.
23 years ago, you set up a mailbox that you've moved closer and farther away to over your time there. You
Can
can't
I
go
tell
there
you?
every day.
No, don't go there every day. It's a pain. Can I tell you who my mailbox neighbor is, though?
Yes.
I'm mailbox neighbors with the star of the original Quantum Leap, Scott Bakula. It's very cool.
I
Be
will
mailbox
see your
neighbors.
Scott Bakula and I will raise you a Bud Court.
What? You have a...
Bud Court has a mailbox there.
Oh, yeah. I love these mailbox places. It's great.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah? Well, mine is right next to the Zodiac Killer. So there.
Wait, this is news. Because
I love that. I
hasn't
love
been
that. That's
caught.
how you find out that someone does definitively know who the Zodiac is.
Yeah.
No, he's in mailbox
Oh.
in the same place as me.
Should
yeah,
I
why?
have come forward with this earlier?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, in the 70s.
No, Janet said, nah, we're good.
Oh,
okay.
Craig Rogers asks, lick and stick or peel and seal envelopes?
why are we even doing this?
Peel
Yeah.
and seal.
Peel and seal.
Why are we having this conversation?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know why? Because it's probably like better for the environment to do a lick and stick. But
is it that much better?
No, not better enough that it mitigates.
Paper.
Yeah. I don't even want a 1% chance of a paper cut on my tongue.
Yeah.
Yeah. Craig, I know Craig's a personal friend of mine. Craig, will you text me and tell me if you have lick and stick? Are you really going to do that to Roger? Are you going to do, is that what we're doing here, Craig? You're going to make him lick envelopes? Are you licking the envelopes? Yeah. Don't do that.
And then to some places, the people just have like a little tiny sponge that they just moisten and
with
pat
water
the
in
sponge along. Yeah. I would. There's no
moistener.
way I wouldn't drench the sponge accidentally, and then I would ruin it.
All the time. I used
So
to
much
do that
wet
when I
mail
worked,
already.
Yeah. Or you're doing it like you put the flap on the desk and then you do that. But if you're doing a bunch of them, then the next one sits in the water and it gets messed up. It's peel and seal I understand. It does generate waste because the peel part has to be thrown away.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe there's a way to recycle that. Maybe they can improve it, but it is technologically, it is a way better way to seal you. And it also seals properly. Like whenever I lick and seal envelopes, I feel like they immediately go,
Yeah, that's true. They're less reliable in that way. And I do have a latent, like overcomable, but like latent fear that someone put something scary on the adhesive.
Sure.
Like, this
like
is
rice and beans.
Someone dropped rice and beans on here.
Yeah. Oh, well, now I didn't have that fear, but now I do.
Yeah. Well, you're welcome.
Look, if even if the peel and stick comes with a little bit of waste, I bet a lot of paper gets wasted when people accidentally let a roll of stamps get wet and then it becomes like a cast and it's just like a glue plaster tube.
Oh.
A meteor.
Yeah.
Ken Plume asks,
Oh.
what is the best phrase to let someone know you have an upset stomach? I use squidgy, says Ken.
Squidgy?
I would have to ask what that means.
Like,
I mean, it's a good term, but it doesn't like.
I use Squid Game. My stomach's a little Squid Game. Squidgy.
Like, yeah, what Ken, we need clarification.
I mean, I feel like I used it. You wouldn't know what I was talking about if I was like, you guys, I don't think I'm going to join. My stomach feels a little squidgy. Don't you think you'd be like, okay, that means your stomach is upset?
I didn't know if squidgy was an adjective, a noun, a verb. Like, I am squidgy. I need to squidgy. Like,
getting squidgy.
Or I need to squidge.
Yeah,
getting squidgy with it.
Okay, Janet, use it correctly.
Yeah.
In a full sentence. So
I'm a little squidgy.
You say my stomach is
stomach's
squidgy.
a little squidgy.
My stomach's a little squidgy.
It does.
Is agita similar or is agita too high up in the digestive tract?
No, agita's like.
Agita's like, that's like heartburn.
That's too like.
Italian.
Well, excuse me, Mr. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mr. Like, are you headed to the fora to argue your case?
I like that I'm not going to the forum. I'm going to the fora. Like I'm on tour.
Multiple forums.
Yeah.
I'm on the Torah of the fora. Oh.
What
do I say? I think I just say like, my stomach doesn't feel good.
Yes.
I need something more fun, like squidgy.
Squidgy's really good. Squidgy's good.
Yeah, it's great.
I mean, it is somewhat onomatopoetic.
Like,
is there something more grandiose and theatrical?
That you want something that's the agita.
My humors, yeah.
My
humors are imbalanced.
A hurricane of agita has struck my lower intestine.
Struck is good. I've been struck. I'm stricken.
I've been stricken.
I've been stricken ill. I've been stricken ill.
I've been stricken ill.
Stomach. Yeah, that's good.
Stricken ill is pretty good. Yeah,
my dearest Pamela.
By the time you read this, now Ken's offering up Tum Tum Scrum.
Tum Tum Scrum. No.
Tum Tum Scrum's fun.
No,
that's too cute.
That's too cute.
That sounds like it's a character in Cats. I'm Tum Tum Scrum.
Yeah. Oh God, Tum Tum Scrum's in tonight. Did you guys hear? Mungo Jerry's out. Tum Tum Scrum is in. Oh, it's gonna be a long night tonight. Yeah, whatever she puts in the green room, do not eat.
No.
Here she comes, it's Tum Tum Scrum. Her body squinches together as she vomits on the carpet.
Yeah, TS, I have notes about one of these poems.
Yes.
Yeah, we don't need to talk about vomiting.
Which one of my poems about cats, isn't it?
Oh, no.
Cats.
Uh,
What? They got whiskers.
you know what? Why don't we just add a word to the global lexicon tonight and say Squidgy's the best one?
I'll
Sure.
start saying squidgy.
Yeah.
I'll comfortably start saying that.
Done.
Squidgy.
Put Ken Plume's name in the in Urban Dictionary. Okay, here we go. Matt Murph asks, is that Matthew Murphy and both names are nicknamed?
I bet. And I like
That's
it.
awesome.
Matt
Yeah,
Murph.
I'm on board for it. Best sandal, thong, toe cross, or ankle strap? What
Great
is toe
question.
cross? Oh, that's like the Tivas would be toe cross, or
I think it's like it. Okay, so the thong you slide your foot in, and then the thong's just like there.
sure, that's
the
a
toe
flip
cross
flop, like
creates a
traditional
little
flip flop.
loop for your. I think the toe cross maybe creates a little loop for your big toe.
Yes.
Those are weird to me. Where
Yeah.
the one
They're
where the
stable,
big
though.
toe gets its own separate loop.
But it's stable.
A private suite.
Yeah, I don't know why your big toe gets to fly first class.
It's a stabilizer, like Hal said.
Yeah. Yeah, you need
Your
it.
pinky toe's your stabilizer.
Yeah.
They don't
No.
get you don't have your pinky toe's sitting in a middle seat in coach.
Wait, what is the other kind? Is there a strap one?
An
Like
ankle
Birkenstock?
strap.
Ankle
An
strap?
ankle strap, I guess,
cross-
would be more like a Tiva, maybe, because
Tiva,
that's just
yeah.
like a flat across,
Mhm.
like a little seat belt that's going over all of your toes, and then you're
Yeah.
relying on that ankle strap to keep everything kind of contained.
I like
And that to me might be why I think that for me is the winner, because I love a flip flop. I love the ease of a thong, but having something across the back adds a whole nother layer of versatility.
Oh,
You get
yeah, I
way
can't
more
do a
outdoor
flip-flop.
uses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I cannot do a flip flop for any length of time at all. I will kick
Mhm.
it right off, just taking one
Yeah.
of my patented jaunty steps. Fling!
Oh,
You
I
probably
guess
should
Janet
stop
Varney's
high
been here.
kicking.
I kick forward a little bit.
Yeah.
Do you? When you
A
walk,
little.
you kick
I think I
forward a little?
must because I have kicked off many flip flops in my life.
Oh, that's great. Were you trying to move particularly quickly when that happened?
I'm not even sure. I don't think so.
This was just
because-
like
I think just
a
in
stroll.
life. I'm not kidding. I think maybe I kick. I think I have a jaunty. Something happens where I'm just. I think I'm just lifting up my foot, but really I'm kicking it
Mhm.
forward,
Yeah.
creating enough momentum that my flip flop's like whee.
Do you dressage when you walk?
I might dressage when I walk.
Well,
Okay,
you walk
that's
like a
cool.
19
That seems like a
I
cool
hope so.
thing.
Yeah.
You walk like a 1920s cartoon character where you're like,
Yeah. Yeah. Leading always with the feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're a human
also
penny
the ground
farthing.
is curved
Yeah.
under you.
Yeah.
And the
Your
same
head
five
stays at the
things pass
same
you.
height.
Yeah.
It kind of starts to look like I'm passing the same singing flowers over and over
Oh.
again.
The cows that are dancing.
Oh, it's so hypnotic. What
Yeah.
you're describing that's a very hypnotic era for cartoons.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then I kind of like the way it looks from an aesthetic perspective. I kind of like the way a toe cross looks. I like a
Mm-hmm.
sandal with a toe cross. I think maybe more for women's feet, although I don't need to gender it.
Yeah.
I just don't know if I've seen a ton of.
Might toe cross mean like when you see usually a women's sandal where it's just that strap, like if this is the whole sandal here, just the one strap across the toes, is that what we're thinking? Maybe a little heel on it?
Oh,
Like
well, if
women's
it's
summer
that,
sandals?
yeah.
Is that what we're thinking?
that.
Yeah.
But then-
It's got like,
How are you in those?
I mean, you still need a back, so then you get kind of
Yeah.
getting back into the ankle thing,
yeah.
right? I mean,
I
or
think
your heel. I need something to hang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you do
I
Birkenstocks?
have to have back support.
Can you do Birkenstocks if they have is the indentation in a Birkenstock enough back support
Yeah.
to keep the shoe on for you?
Actually, it is for me.
Okay. So
For
just
me.
a flat flip flop you can't do, but with the indentation of a Birk.
Yeah.
That holds it on enough.
Yeah, it definitely makes a difference. But that's still not going to be a go-to
No.
for me for anything long term.
No. If there's like a kaiju or something outside, you can't run away from it in anything but a sandal with a strap across the back.
I agree.
Yo, I
Mhm.
have traveled through deserts and Tivas were the ones that you wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's
Situation.
true. Yeah.
Yeah.
They also
I
have
miss
a little
mine.
more,
I love
think they
them.
have a little more cushioning. Like they have a little more like a shock absorber.
Mm-hmm.
A little more shock absorber. It's that strap around the back of your heel gives you a little more confidence in your walk. You don't have to walk with any kind of like trepidation of it. They will fly off.
And isn't it like you can use like there's like a Velcro system where you can sort of tighten it to your that's
You
key.
can tighten the saddle over over the toes, and you can tighten up behind your ankle so you can get it comfortable, but also stable. That's the best one.
They're the Jeep of shoes. They're like you can really adjust them how you need them, and
Sometimes they flip over really easily, so you have to be careful.
And they're bad for cold weather.
Yeah, they also you can't go very fast in them. Yeah, but you can go over any terrain, and you also have to honk at other Tiva wearers when you walk past them.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, backstrap.
There you go, Matt Murph.
All right, Matt Murph.
Oh, here we go. This is Shelley Godfrey who asks, what is the best haunted mansion portrait? So you have the 4 main ones in the
Can you bring those up for us to take a look?
And
I can almost remember them.
Okay. We have the ballerina who is on the tightrope over the crocodile. There's the guy who's the short guy who is pantsless, been standing on a barrel of TNT.
Oh yeah. Okay.
That's one of them. Those are the 2 that I remember.
Yeah, there's definitely at least 1 to 2 more. Oh, this is very helpful.
Alligator Lady is one.
Oh, good work.
So we've got Alligator Lady is one.
Yeah, Alligator Lady is definitely the most memorable.
Yeah.
So far, that's in the lead just because that's what we all thought of right away.
Oh,
yeah.
I have the best reveal.
You've got the guys stacked on top of each other. Going into the quicksand.
It's a great reveal.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got I think it's the best of the which of the reveals, speaking of reveals, because the whole point of these portraits is they stretch and each one of them is a joke, right? You see something at the beginning, and what you see at the beginning isn't what it turns out to be. Like you see a gentleman standing nobly, but as the room stretches, you see he's not wearing pants and he's standing on dynamite with a candle about to light the wick. The young lady with the parasol.
A lot of questions.
A lot of questions. Why?
The one that creates the most questions, if that is what we're looking for, 100% that.
Is it if it's the one that begs the most questions. And also when you get to the bottom, is there like a ta-da? At that one at the bottom, it's like the ta-da is, we've already seen all the weird stuff. He's not wearing pants. He's standing on a box of dynamite. And the ta-da is, a candle is burning the wick.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, is he holding a bag of popcorn?
Is that, or it's like, that's a speech? It's some sort of document?
Or a menu?
Is that his passport?
It's his passport.
The deed to his home?
I'd like to know.
All right. So, and then that's one panel. You've also got the young woman with the parasol who is standing on a tightrope over an alligator.
It's a great crocodile/alligator. I think really good, effective rendering of that creature.
As pictures go, I think that is the prettiest.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's certainly the most dramatic because the backlighting where you really see just how sharp those teeth are is very visceral to me. Like I feel the sharpness of those teeth in a very uncomfortable way.
Yeah. They are really sharp.
She seems so demure and just kind of like unworried that I'm like frustrated for her. Like, wait,
right. We have to do the worrying because you clearly are nonplussed.
Yes.
Yeah. The rope is frayed.
The rope is frayed. The rope is frayed.
I just want to say to her, you're enough. You don't need to be up there.
Yeah. You don't need to be up there. You're enough.
Yeah.
I also don't know where she's going to go. I feel like they're close enough that crocodile's getting a meal.
I agree. And also, I do want to point out, though, I'm glad she's concerned about getting sunburned.
Yeah, sure. Thank goodness she has that parasol. Yeah. That's true.
She's taking certain precautions.
Yeah, she's taking a long view, but her short-term precautions are not great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is the next one with the woman who clearly murdered her husband with an axe. She's the one who comes back later. She's not the bride.
No, she's not the bride.
Kills the husband on the wedding night.
This one I think is a lot of fun, specifically because of the axe in the head on it. If the first one begs a lot of questions, there are no questions in this one. This tells such a linear story. It's a woman smiling with a rose. Then you see she's sitting on a gravestone that says rest in peace. Then further down, beloved George. Oh, that must be her husband. And then a statue of him with an axe in his head. It is a very clear image that this gives us.
It gives you an immediate image that you become immediately sure that she's responsible.
Yeah.
But was she responsible?
You know what?
This is exactly why there are so many people who get wrongly convicted, wrongful convictions, because you're drawing a conclusion. I started trying to sound like Poirot, and then I just abandoned it fast.
No, it was whoever this character is, I will watch it.
To everyone's benefit. What if she didn't do it?
Yeah. Then why does she have such a bemused look on her face? Does she even know this, George, or does she just go from graveyard to graveyard?
See?
Sitting atop tombstones then.
And that's what makes a great detective or a great defense attorney.
Yeah.
Wow.
You're asking the right questions.
Hercule Poirot, you are so good.
Yeah.
And then the last panel also begs some questions. 3 gentlemen stacked atop one another on each other's shoulders.
Yep.
And at the very bottom, you see that they are sinking in quicksand.
Yeah.
The thing that we were all scared of in the 80s for no
we really
reason.
Were.
Yeah. Yeah. And
we really were.
Nobody can escape. Obviously, the one guy's already halfway in the quicksand. He's gripping for dear life onto the legs of the person sitting on his shoulders, who is gripping for dear life onto the legs of the person sitting on his shoulders. And my question here, this also raises a lot of questions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh,
Number one is, how long were they walking in that configuration before they took the quicksand? Where were they going?
Yeah.
They look a little bit old to be trying to sneak. Were they trying to like sneak into an adults only Nickelodeon? What is going on here?
With a 20-foot tall trench coat.
Yeah.
One adult for the circus, please.
Yeah. And the guy on top is like, he feels pretty good. He's acting like this is the outcome he was hoping for.
Yeah.
He's got his arms folded like, yep, just as I assumed would happen.
Yep.
I'm going to be fine.
That's why when they first started this stroll, it was like, dibs on top.
Yep.
I knew if I sat up here long enough, I would be able to immerse both Wilford Brimley and young Abraham Lincoln into quicksand.
Yeah.
The smallest guy is on the bottom. The middle guy is the mid-sized guy, and the biggest guy is on the top. So
they're
a lot of questions there.
Yeah, it's an upside down snowman. Maybe they were in the other configuration and they tripped on something, and this is them inverted.
Oh, they're wearing Tivas?
They're wearing Tivas, yeah. Is the guy on top played by Oliver Reed?
I was going to say that. He looks like Bill Sykes in Albert, for sure.
Right, he's up here on top of this quicksand.
Yeah.
You tell that Fagin down there on the bottom.
Oh, Inspector Poirot?
My
right. I'm here about the murders in the graveyard.
When I was in college, my friend Nathan made these like James Bond type movies, like comedy movies where he was James Bond, and I would do stuff in them. And he made one right after we graduated that I came for a weekend to his home and filmed stuff.
Love that.
And then later on, he went to put it out on DVD, and I recorded a commentary track for it as Oliver Reed, who has nothing to do with it. Just like, I remember showing up the first day on the set. Because I'd heard him, listened to him do an interview, or something. That was what he sounded like to me. It was just like, I was not here for this.
Oh, yeah. Just wonderful.
Super satisfying.
Yeah.
I'm coming around to this one being my favorite.
It's pretty, it's really fun. The fact that there are 3 people, so you get 3 different versions of hilarious face.
Yeah.
You got Oliver Reed on top, John Ratzenberger in the middle looking surprised.
I still think it looks like Wilford Brimley, but
it does look like,
yeah.
He's definitely got the Wilford Brimley as well.
Like he can't, how did you not notice that you had arrived at this point? Because he seems surprised like it just happened.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, huh?
Yeah. What?
Yeah.
The face of the guy on the bottom looks like he thought this was a bad idea from the beginning.
Very pale. Very, very pale.
He's very pale. Yeah.
You know what? He looks like a young Crispin Glover playing Abraham Lincoln. That's
yeah.
Yeah. Well, yes. Very good.
Yeah. So are we saying it's the third one? Let me ask you this. If you think Haunted Mansion Portraits, first one that comes into your head, what is it?
Alligator Lady without
Alligator Lady for me. I think that the silhouette of Alligator Lady is so iconic.
Yeah.
I don't know that we can pick another one.
I agree.
Yeah, I think of her. I do also think of the barrel guy just because I don't understand why he is taking his pants off when he's about to explode. Like, that's not, it doesn't make it feel better.
Well, if I'm going out.
Yeah. Finally, my sock god is blowing in the wind.
Yeah. Also, is he wearing a KFC bucket as underpants?
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, he's wearing Rocky's boxing.
He is wearing Roxy's. Yeah.
I hope it's got the blue across the top.
Yeah. You can't see it, but he's won a beauty contest. He's wearing a sash.
Yeah, he's got a
he's
sash.
some sort of dignitary.
Yeah.
And he thinks because Eye of the Tiger is by the band Survivor that he has a chance standing on this dynamite.
Yeah.
And he also thinks he has a chance at winning this particular question, but he doesn't.
No.
It's the woman with the parasol.
Yeah.
Asked and answered.
Well, there you go.
All right.
Very good. Very good.
Do we have one more, Ken?
Is that it?
Do we have time for one more? What are we doing?
Clean the slate? Do we have time for one more? What's happening?
Ken. Final. I have
one
it.
more. Oh,
Janet's got it.
I've got it.
I thought you were telling him, Ken, final.
Yeah.
I know. I don't know what I was doing. That was a situation where just a word appeared and I said it like, it's my job to say this word. Final.
Like on the SAG Awards last night, playback.
Oh no, did someone say that?
Oh, it was great. Yeah. First, one of the guys, it was the Honora cast. One of the guys finished what he was supposed to say and then said, Mikey. Which meant it was Mikey who was supposed to start talking. And then when they were all done, the guy on the end went, playback. So for the rest of the night, I think Kumail did it first.
That's
and
very
then,
funny.
Yeah, it was great.
Amazing.
Anyway.
Matt Flater asks, best campfire sing-along. Best campfire sing-along.
Best campfire sing-along. I think it's got to be something with a chorus that everyone knows.
Mm-hmm.
Like 99 bottles of beer. Is that a campfire song? Is that a school bus song?
That feels like a school bus song. Yeah.
Oh, okay. What about John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt? Is that just a general camp song, or is that what are the songs?
Have you ever been sitting around a campfire when someone had a guitar as an adult?
No. Not as much as I would like. Certainly.
Yeah, right. You're not in enough beer ads, I guess. Like,
or the Karate Kid.
Yeah.
The two places where you would encounter people hanging around a fire.
I like it. I wish in general I was part of more just like goofy jam sessions where people brought instruments. Like I miss that about college. I mean, yeah, because then you just get into kumbaya territory.
Yeah.
Which is like, it's like just becomes a choice because it's something that comes to mind, but not like it's the best.
What is a song that can be played on a guitar that everyone can sing along to the chorus to? Even if we personally have not had that experience at a campfire. Is it something like, I don't know, Brown Eyed Girl? Something with, you know what I mean? I'm trying to think
I've got a good pitch. I'm not saying it's good.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying like I like it necessarily.
Yeah.
You could probably pull off American Pie.
Yeah. American Pie.
Everyone knows bye Miss
American Pie. Yeah. Ken threw out Sweet Caroline. That was one that I had thought of.
Yeah.
But yeah. I think that song uses too many other instruments. American Pie you can do with just a guitar.
American Pie is sort of like Sweet Caroline almost seems too rowdy. Like it's like everybody's like at a bar or like karaoke or something versus Campfire inspires a little bit more of an acoustic-y kind of like vibe, maybe.
Yeah.
Hey Jude, that's a good one.
Hey Jude's a good one. Can I tell you, when I've been sitting around a campfire with a guitar, because I have had that experience back when I was working at Disneyland doing the Aladdin show. That was a thing that seemed to happen with relative frequency was cast would go out to the beach, get one of those El Segundo ones with the fire pits.
Yep.
And sit around with a guitar. And one thing that I always loved to do was take songs that could be mashups. I love a campfire mashup. I would just play D, G, A. Play that over and over again. Yeah. And you can layer people singing La Bamba, Twist and Shout. What else? There's so many songs that fit that.
Beatles songs, I bet you could get in there. Slip in there, yeah.
There were a few that were in the rotation. Even Breakfast at Tiffany's followed that pattern. So someone threw that one in there. It was like whatever song you can find that fits those chords.
I like that.
Was that before you did that in your Level 5 show with Risley and
It was
Jimmy, right?
And that wound up in our Level 5 show. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because then in the Level 5 version, we added a bunch of songs that didn't fit that pattern. So it just became weirder and weirder. Like when Kesha's Milkshake. That shows how long ago I was in that class.
Oh, Yellow Submarine is a really good Beatles one to play.
Yeah, Yellow Submarine is a great one.
What about Blue Shadows on the Trail by Elmer Bernstein? The one they sing in
Three Amigos.
Three Amigos. I mean, I could definitely sing it because I've seen that movie so many times. You might as well throw them some Muppet movie songs in there.
I mean,
we just did
this. What about
Rainbow Connection is a good one.
Rainbow Connection's a great one. What about I'm going to go back there someday?
Yeah. I would happily sing that at a campfire for sure.
I mean,
yeah.
The question is, can you reread the question, Janet?
Matt Flater asked best campfire sing-along.
Oh, sing-along. That's the difference. Because I was going to say, if it was just best campfire song, I would absolutely say Gonzo's I'm going to go back there someday. But I don't know if everybody knows that.
Yeah.
But everybody knows Rainbow Connection.
That's not a sing-along.
Sure it is.
You're turning it into a sing-along. It's not the category of song that it is. Anything could be a sing-along.
I mean, that's the thing is that I don't really, it's hard to, row your boat, Camptown Races.
Yeah.
I mean, these are good examples, Ken, but is anyone excited about them?
No.
I think it's got to be some big, like, popular music piece that people know from the latter half of the 20th century that has a chorus of nonsense syllables.
So not Green
Like
Sleeves?
Hey Jude.
Like Hey Jude.
Well, it doesn't have a chorus. It just has a very long ending where it mushes all the chorus, you could argue, to the rear.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a good
It is
Tiny Dancer.
Tiny Dancer. I'd probably say Yellow Submarine just because everybody knows the chorus, and then you have the whole like you do that. Everybody can do like the pretend.
Yeah,
like,
there's something for everyone.
We're sinking.
Yeah,
ding, ding,
We All Live in a
ding,
Yellow
ding.
Submarine is evocative. It's nautical.
Yeah,
the torpedo misfired.
This is the beginning of the end for the Beatles.
That's it.
Guys, you are hearing different versions of this than I've ever heard.
Board them quickly before they get away.
Yeah.
Plus, it's got, the verses are fun. And if you know the verses, you have fun singing the verses. If you don't know the verses, you have fun singing the chorus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll go for that, and I'll go for, and I stand by American Pie.
Also great.
American Pie and Yellow Submarine, both excellent choices. But we have to pick one. We can't.
Specifically for America in this era.
We could use it.
As long as we're,
All right.
American Pie.
American Pie? American Pie.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going with
That's the
American
answer.
Pie. Done. Is that it? Do we have another one?
That's it. That's the last one.
That was it. Bye-bye, Miss American Pie, and bye-bye this episode. We did it, you guys.
Feels good.
Yeah, it does.
It really does.
Feels clean.
Yeah.
Doesn't feel squidgy.
No.
Yeah, my stomach feels great.
Yeah, mine too.
It's
And
not
I don't have
stuffed
any
like a
signs
mailbox.
of agita, my fellow Americans.
When
You know, it's funny, like, I never thought of that as a dramatic word because it's so many, like, East Coast Italians. It's my grandmother's like, oh, you got agita.
I've never ever had anyone accuse me of having agita or saying that they had agita.
Yeah.
I think people just say like, I have my, acid reflux? Something like that. Heartburn.
Yeah.
Heartburn. Or just say heartburn.
Yeah. A lot of songs about heartburn. I'm thinking heartbreak. Different things.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Heartburn Hotel, well, I'll be. I'm having agita, baby. I'm having agita.
It works. It does work.
Yeah. Not bad. Well, these topics are all closed. There are many more topics to discuss, but more importantly, right now, we're about to start the 2025 Max Fun Drive. Janet, we've been with you for a lot of Max Fun Drives.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of fun over the years. Are you excited about Max Fun Drive this time around?
I am. I know that the network writ large has some really fun stuff planned that we're all participating in. You guys always have great stuff going on. And I have a meeting tomorrow with my co-host and producers because we have so many ideas. We have to narrow them down a little. It's going to be tough. It's going to be like this. It's going to be clean slate for ideas for Max Fun Drive because we love that podcast. And we've had so many great suggestions from listeners and just like a lot of interaction, a lot of stuff that has sprung really fun Max Fun Drive ideas for us. So we just got to commit to a few of them and then hopefully hold the rest for future Max Fun Drives.
It's nice to bank some good ideas.
Yeah.
You get a good Max Fun Drive idea. You're like, I have too many of these. Oh, I get to hold on to one of these.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you
It's
lose
a
that
gift.
file come
That's
January the following year.
That's right.
Yeah. But then, you know what? You're Janet Varney. You are a font of brilliant ideas.
Oh,
so I'm not
boys.
worried about you coming up with cool stuff. You
I
always come up with
love
cool
you
stuff.
guys.
We love you back. Thanks for coming on the show. Always.
Happy almost Max Fun Drive.
Happy almost Max Fun Drive. These topics are closed, but there are many more to discuss. So please reach out to us via email at wegotThisPodcast@gmail.com or
find us on the social media. We are at We Got This Podcast on Blue Sky. We have our own Discord, which is where you should be hanging out because we're really not on Facebook much anymore. Some people are. Hang out there. If you're there, have fun. Also, our YouTube channel, especially with the drive coming up, we're going to have fun live streaming stuff. That is where we're going to be live streaming too. We are youtube.com/@WeGotThisPodcast. That is where you can subscribe. And the more of you that do that, then we unlock cool new features. What are they? Don't ask me. Not my department. That's the department of our producer, Ken Plume, who we thank always, along with researcher Kate McManus, graphic designer Uri Kilman, and QA engineer Jen Alba.
you know who else we thank always? Jonathan Dinerstein and Mike Furman for our score and theme song, respectively. And we thank you, the people of the world, for giving us an excuse to sit down with our friend Janet and make each other laugh and hopefully make you laugh too. You are the kindest group of arguers on the internet. We can't do this without you. We wouldn't do this without you. So from us to you, we say thank you, thank you, thank you. For Hal Lublin, I'm Mark Gagliardi.
For Mark Gagliardi, I'm Hal Lublin. And don't worry, everybody.
We got this.
We got this.
Yay!
Boom.
Maximum Fun,
a worker-owned network
of artist-owned shows supported
directly
by you.